Good morning or good evening, depending on where you are. Welcome to the Undisputed Nerds Podcast, coming to you live from a partially undisclosed location. I am your gentlemanly gamer, and I am with my captain, my legend, my man, Zane Taicho. Say hello, Zane.
Say hello. Go on.
Go on,
Uh,
say hello.
Hello. Good evening. Good morning.
Guys, this is your weekly look into the light entertainment side of comic book movies, news, nerdy things, games, everything else included. Yeah, we like to just sit back, relax, have a bit of a bants, and
Mm.
talk through what kind of things are going on in the world of nerd. Zane, how are you this week? Are you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I have completely smashed Cobra Kai season 5.
What, you hated it so much you took it outside and smashed it?
No, as in like I just had to watch it back
Oh,
to
I see. Oh,
back.
right.
Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah,
right. Okay,
yeah,
okay. You binged it.
yeah.
I got you. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
got very
yeah,
confused.
yeah.
I'm a very literal person. You know this thing. How was it?
Sensational. Like it is. Ooh, yeah, fantastic. And it's really weird as well because it's kind of like it's a little bit trashy in places, like very soap opera type, like teen drama. But I'm getting like loads more character development than She-Hulk.
Oh,
So
really? If you had to rate it out of 5 Mr. Miyagi's, how many Mr. Miyagi's would you give it?
it's not enough. That's the
Not
problem. It's
enough.
not
Oh my
enough.
God.
Yeah.
Wow, that's some impressive Miyagi. He's gonna catch a fly and then watch the series. Good. I'm glad. Well, for those of you who are wondering,
Mm.
I am currently coming to you from a different location because my parents have gone away and they wanted me to house sit for them. So I've volunteered some house sitting duties. So I apologize. It's not my usual nerdtastic background, but I'm gonna pretend these are all nerd books, even though they are my father's boring English books. Um, so yeah, I won't give the location of where I am right now, but yes, I'm house sitting. So apologies if it sounds a bit different or if I sound weird, but there we go. What else have you been doing this week, Zane? Apart from Cobra Kai, what have I done this week?
Yeah, what have you done this week?
I can't remember. I can't. This week's been a total blur. I've worked a lot. I know that for sure. Ugh,
Yeah, yeah.
the usual. What did I do, Zane? What
You
did
watch
I do?
anything? You watched anything cool? Played anything? Played
I
any
don't.
games?
I don't watch things. Well, the only
Mm.
thing I'm watching at the moment is this is not nerd related, so I apologize. But
Mm.
the only thing I'm doing at the moment is keeping up on the wrestling talk because like it's just
Yeah,
gone mental. It's gone
yeah,
mental, Zane.
it really has.
Backstage fights, all people that I love being suspended. It's horrible, and it's for
Mm.
real as well. By the way, guys, I know it's fake. Yes, great, but like these are actual real fights that happened. So yeah, it's very strange. I've just been keeping up to date on that. And then obviously we lost the Queen last week.
Hmm.
God bless
Her
your mom.
Majesty. Yeah.
So we're all we're in a period of mourning.
The
But
country is mourning.
also thank you the Queen for giving us your funeral as a bank holiday, or should I say King Charles who gave us it as a bank holiday, so we get Monday off.
Mm.
So it's great. That's good. So Queen died, but we got day off. So there we go. So that's good. Well, it's not good. I mean, you know what I mean. It's like, oh God, oh
Yeah.
no, the royalists are going to come after us, mate. They're going to come after us. This isn't good. You might have to cut this. This is worse than when I did that Tom Cruise stuff. Let's just pat over it.
Oh, I don't know if you've seen
Oh.
this. Yeah.
Why did Tom Cruise perk you up then when you see? Oh,
No, no, no. I know you're a big Jeff Johns fan, comic book fan.
I mean, I was until he got all weird with like Joss Whedon and all that stuff. But yes,
um, so I don't know if you heard his latest comic, Flashpoint Beyond.
no, I have not. But I feel like it's going to be Flashpoint, but in the Batman Beyond universe.
Sadly, not. No, it's
Then I
Flashpoint,
hate it.
but Flashpoint, the world dimension never closed in. It carried on after the events of Barry Allen going back to his timeline.
Now, forgive me if I was wrong on this one, Zane, but I remember
Mm.
the end of Flashpoint was the Atlanteans going to war with the Amazonians and the entire world cracking in half because of it. So how exactly is it going to continue on?
Well, Jeff found a way.
Of course he did. Of
There
course
he
he did.
is.
Oh, they used a big cork. They used a big cork to plug up the Earth, and everything's fine. And then they're just
Let
going to
me,
carry on.
after what, 10 years, let me write myself out of this hole.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It was unfinished business for him. That's what it is. I bet it's going to be something to do with like the lanterns or the trench. Oh, the amazing Aquaman solution of the trench. He used all those weird creatures to just seal it all up again.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But the reason I wanted to mention it to you is that the latest issue did
'Cause it's
two
Jeff
things.
Johns.
Well, yeah, and it's Jeff Johns. So the two things it did. The first thing is it revealed the supposed name of the Joker.
I thought you were going to say of the Doctor. Then it's a weird crossover. We finally know what it is. All right. Okay. Well, I let you know how much I love origins for the Joker, so this is going to be good. Go ahead.
Do you want to have a guess? I mean,
Bill.
it is no
Jack Napier.
close.
Okay. Oh God. What? Oh. At least Jack Napier I could respect because it's the Batman '89. But all right, go on. What's he named him?
Jack. Jack Oswald White.
Wait. wait. Jeff Johns has named the Joker the lead singer of the White Stripes.
Yes.
Jack White.
Yeah, with a middle name.
Oswald as well.
Yes.
Like the Penguin's middle name. The Penguin's
like
first
Cobbett.
name.
Yes.
Cobblepot, yeah.
Yeah.
My God, Jeff, you've done it again.
Pay him $1 million.
Jesus, that's awful.
Yeah.
Jack Oswald White. That name is so furious. I'm so furious about that name. Honestly, a 7-nation army couldn't hold me back, Zane. I'm here all week, guys. I'm here all week. That's terrible. That's really bad. Jeff Johns peaked for me with Green Lantern, man. As soon as he left Green Lantern, his Aquaman run was very good as well, and he did some really good stuff with Flash Rebirth. But he hasn't.
And Shazam.
Yes, his Shazam stuff was good. He hasn't written a really good book since like 2015, 2014, somewhere around there. Like, I'm serious. It's not been good since he got made head of creative of DC, which he's obviously not now anymore. But like, it feels like he's just caved in on his own weight, the weight of his own hubris.
Yeah, and like the worst part as well is that his issue 5 ruined the DC Dark Crisis event that's happening. It ruined issue
brilliant.
4 that was out that week as well.
What a man. What a guy. This man does not care who he takes down with him. He's just going for it.
He's like,
and he's taking Jack White with him. That's good. I can't wait for his daughter to be introduced. Jill White. Anyway. What are we doing this week, Zane?
This week we thought it'd be fun to do a tier list. It's been a while since we've done one, and we know how much you guys enjoy them and how popular they are. We thought we'd do something slightly different and talk about all the sort of franchises, IP that Disney acquired when they bought Fox Studios.
Some things that you may not realize that have actually been acquired by Disney in the Fox acquisition, and we're gonna judge them. We're gonna go through them and be like, yeah, that's right, use them or don't. Zane, did you know that I love to surf?
No, I didn't.
I know, it's amazing. You'd never believe it looking at me, but I am an avid surfer. Not of the sea, though. Oh, no. I am a surfer of the World Wide Web, my friend. And let me tell you something. When I go surfing, I definitely need some protection. Not the usual kind of wetsuit, though. I need some VPN. Do you know what VPN means, Zane?
I don't. What's a VPN?
Well, it would be a virtual private network, and let me tell you, we here at Undisputed Nerds are being sponsored this week, and a big thank you to the episode sponsor, Surfshark VPN. you can get Surfshark VPN 83% off and free months free, Zane, if you go to surfshark.deals/undisputed nerds and enter in the promo code Undisputed Nerds. Surfshark VPN lets you trick your device into thinking it's in another country, which opens up a whole world of content library, Zane. So think about it this way. If you're in the UK, you can watch US Netflix, which has a far bigger selection of movies. You can get all of your Batfleck content that I know you love, Zane. I know you're looking for. If you're outside of the UK as well, you can watch amazing apps like BBC iPlayer. And if you're in the US, you can finally get access back to the old WWE Network with its far superior functionality. We've been using, me and Zane have been using Surfshark here at Undisputed Nerds for a while. It is our official VPN, and it doesn't just let us gain access to all the comic book movies, but it also secures our networks by encrypting internet traffic, keeping our location and download history private, thankfully, so that people can't see me purchasing wetsuits. My favorite feature on the Surfshark, it knows when my phone leaves a trusted connection, like my home or work internet, and it immediately turns on to prevent interference. It's like having, I don't know, Batfleck's Justice League for your phone, Zane.
I know exactly what you mean.
And I know you've got a lot of Batfleck on your phone right now. So sign up to Surfshark today by using our link in the video description below, surfshark.deals/undisputed nerds, where you'll get, again, 83% off and your first 3 months free if you use the code Undisputed Nerds. We really appreciate if you just at least check them out, as they're a great company and we love working with them. Support Undisputed Nerds and support your internet privacy with Surfshark. But before we do that, so this week, so for those regular listeners of ours, you know that normally we do a little celebrity weird thing. Well, I've decided to do something different this week, Zane. So you and I are going to play a little bit of a game. And the game is called Batman 360 No Scope.
Nice.
So just to kind of get us warmed up, just to kind of get us into it, if you wouldn't mind, I've sent you a little audio file. If you could play Bat One for me, let's just get us into it.
Oh, bit of Danny Elfman.
All right, that's enough. We can't afford anymore. All right, good. Right, so bit of the old Batman theme there. Good, let us into it. So Zane, I have provided you with an audio clip. Now, for those of you who don't know, Batman in the comic books, he is something of, well, I was going to say pacifist, but that's not necessarily true. But one rule that he abides by is to never become the same as his killer of his parents, Joe Chill. So he will never use guns and he will never murder people. That is a strict rule of Batman in the comics. He does not ever cross that line, no matter what happens. Well, it turns out the movie Batman is slightly different. He loves a good body count, doesn't he, Zane? He loves a good bit of murder.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do this week is I've provided you, Zane, with a second audio clip. I would like you to play that audio clip, and you are going to tell me which movie and year it is from, and who Batman is killing.
And who he's killing. Wow.
Who he's killing. Can you do this, Zane? Can you do it?
You know what? I think I could.
And let me tell you, there are so many of these. This is going to run for a while. All right, Zane, if you want to play audio clip number 2, and you can hear the murder.
Yeah, go ahead and hit me.
I think I know what this is.
Oh, he's got it already, guys. People at home who are playing along, take notes. Zane may have the answer. He had that flash in his eyes like he definitely knew what it was. Please tell me, Zane. First of all, starting off, which movie is this and from what year?
Batman Returns.
Correct.
92?
I believe it was 1992. Let me just double check that, because now I'm in my head. I'm thinking, was it 92? It was 92. It was 92. Yes.
Let's go.
He's 2 for 2 so far.
Okay.
And who did he kill? You
Now
don't have to
here's
get the character name. Just tell me what happens.
so this is the scene where the larger thug reveals that he has sticks of dynamite strapped to his belly, his gut.
He puts it in his pants, but yes.
And then Batman strikes him before that, and he takes the punch like unaffected, no cells. And then he reveals the dynamite. Batman puts the dynamite on him and then pushes
Yeah.
him down
Yeah,
into
once
the
he
sewers.
realizes he's got dynamite on his crotch, he somehow fades and Batman punches him into a manhole. Yes, you are correct. Ding, 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 ding. Zane wins, ladies and
Hey!
gentlemen. Zane wins. So for those who are playing at home, that was Batman Returns, 1992. Big fat guy punched into a hole with dynamite on him. That is this week's Batman 360 No Scope. What did you think, Zane? How did you like that?
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
Keaton is just an animal, isn't he? Like when you think about it, he's just.
You think he's bad? Wait until we get to Batfleck. That's gonna be some weird clips where just nondescript Batmobile mowing down in the streets of everyone.
Operatic music in the background.
Exactly. Yeah. Zack Snyder's wet dream on screen as Batman just assassinates everyone.
I'd be more interested on Val Kilmer's body count.
Val Kilmer's one is one I've been thinking of quite a lot.
Yeah.
So don't worry, we're gonna do them. Like if you're listeners at home, if you want to let us know what you think of this, and obviously Zane, let me know because you're the you're the person who runs the show. But I've got a lot of these, so we can keep doing these every single week for a while. I think it'd be quite nice. It'd be quite nice
Yeah.
for those of you who weren't sure what that was going to be. Feel free to write in and let us know, or if there's any no scopes you'd like to see on the show, please write in and let us know. Anyway, there we go. There will be more next week.
Fantastic.
Zane, do you want to kick us off into Latirage?
Let's do this.
He's getting it ready, guys. You can see him. The focus on his face is unbelievable. Those are the tiniest. Sorry. So for those of you, we'll try and describe what's going on. For those of you who are not watching this on YouTube, who you are listening to on our podcast platforms, thank you very much for downloading and listening to this. We will describe to you what the stuff is and what position we are putting them in. If you want to do like a recap of this and have a look over, like please feel free to check it out on YouTube as well, because we'll be showing the full video on YouTube. Right. Well, some of these I recognize, some of these I have no idea what the hell they are, but I love the fact that you've put one of them on. Why? Why have you put Alvin and the Chipmunks on there?
They've been acquired.
Okay. Oh, that made me laugh so much I accidentally hit myself in the balls. That really hurt. Oh. All right. So bearing in mind these are not all the things that have been acquired by Disney. These are a choice select things that Zane has chosen. I'm actually quite surprised, Zane, that you've put you haven't put The Simpsons and Family Guy on there.
I wasn't sure because they are. Well, it's. I wasn't sure if I should add them on the list or not because they are an animation that's still kind of running and such. But
yeah, but I mean, I guess okay. So what you're saying is these are kind of
franchises.
Well, I mean, sorry, The Simpsons has been running for 40 years. It's a franchise, mate. I'm sorry to break it to you. But no, what you're saying is these are franchises that are pretty much defunct at the moment. They're not really, nothing's happening with them.
Yeah.
Like Star Wars. I should have spoken to you about this before the show. I apologize. I'm kiboshing you completely.
I googled and I found a list and it went here's, and I was like,
welcome to how the sausage is made behind the scenes, guys. Google's a wonderful tool, everyone. All right, cool. Let's start off with the easy one then. So how are we actually? That's something we didn't discuss beforehand, actually, among a number of things. How are we tiering this? Are we tiering this in terms of kind of how good they are, or are we tiering them in terms of how likely we think they're going to be made into something?
I would say the second option.
How likely we think they're going to be used.
Yeah.
Brilliant. That's what I was thinking as well. Lovely. All right. Let's start with Star Wars then. That's a fairly easy one.
Mhm.
S, because it's definitely being used now. But I suppose it wasn't technically Star Wars. It's the licensing rights to the first movie. Well,
Mhm.
sorry, to Episode 4, isn't it? It's not that they bought Star Wars in this acquisition. They specifically managed to get back the rights to be able to show Star Wars Episode 4, which was with
Yeah.
Fox.
Yeah, and I guess like here we are a couple of years along the line, and now we've seen what their plan is when it comes to things like The Mandalorian and you know all these other shows and things. I guess the real question is, do you think they've utilized this the best way they could so far?
That is a hard question to answer.
Yeah.
Film wise, no, I don't think they have.
Mm.
Television wise, yes, I think they definitely have. Um, I'm weirdly after seeing the latest trailer, weirdly excited for Andor.
Yeah.
I think that looks really good, even though it's set in a time period that I'm completely bored with. Tales of the Jedi being announced, which is going to be, Dooku, young Dooku and young Qui-Gon. Love that.
Hmm.
Absolutely
Yeah.
love that. Mandalorian goes without saying is the best Star Wars content that's out there at the moment, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Boba Fett was fine once the Mandalorian came into it. But film-wise, Episode 7 gave us a lovely nostalgia bump that we all miss. We loved
Mm.
watching Episode 7 and seeing the memories back in front of us, of Episode 4, because it was basically the same movie.
Mhm.
The Last Jedi, I go to and fro with Last Jedi. Like I hated it when I first saw it,
Yeah.
and then I saw it again when Rise of Skywalker came out, and we went to a triple bill. And I actually didn't mind it. I thought it was actually all right, quite decent. I looked at it with different eyes, and I
Yeah.
actually thought it was okay. So I'm a bit on the fence with that at the moment. I really like some of the ideas in it, like the fact that you don't have to have a Skywalker bloodline to be a Jedi, which just seems to be a prerequisite now for everything.
Yeah.
Rise of Skywalker, though, oh dear, oh dear. I mean,
Mhm.
if that is not a classic case of fan service gone very, very wrong, yeah, I don't know what is. Did you hear the rumors about the fact that? Well, I mean, this has been going on for a while now, but Adam Driver has apparently said that he's very open to returning as Ben Solo.
I did not hear that. Wow.
Yeah, apparently a lot of the cast, and I think Daisy Ridley has said she wouldn't mind returning as Rey at some point. So I think what you might find, and this was going to be my other example of a good series, you might
Mhm.
find that there's a bit of nostalgia critic coming in where it's like, oh, we kind of missed the old cast of episode 7, 8, 9. I miss Poe Dameron and I miss Rey.
Mm.
Let's see them in something else, and then you get like an Obi-Wan series.
Yeah. That really threw me for a second there, and I was like, but okay, yeah, I get it.
Why? What do you think?
I
Have I picked the wrong characters? You're thinking Chewbacca, aren't you? They want to see a Chewbacca series. The dialogue in that would be incredible.
on that subject though, I don't know if you've seen the clips doing the rounds this week, but there's a clip going around of John Boyega being interviewed, and he talks about the original script for the third movie.
Don't mention John Boyega.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm going to do?
No.
I mean, John Boyega is basically a massive pain in the ass, isn't he?
Oh, that one. Yeah.
The angry producer. The angry producer. Yeah, there's
Unbelievable.
the Colin Trevorrow script has been leaked online, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And yes, it is. Sorry for all of those who enjoy Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker. The Trevorrow script is much, much better and had a way better title as well. The
What was the
Duel of the
title?
Fates.
Oh man.
Episode 9, The Duel of the Fates.
I might
It's
have
so much better immediately. Go and read it, Zane. It is really
might
good.
have to.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that is like, there's no wishy-washy. Ben Solo is a good guy, is a bad guy. He is the big bad in Episode 9, and it's like Leia gets a proper whole part in it. Rey's story arc finishes very nicely. I don't believe that she's a Palpatine in it. I'm not 100% sure though. I think she might still be a Palpatine.
Right.
But yeah, it's really good. It's a very good script, and it makes you sad that it didn't get made. Honestly, it really does.
Yikes.
It would have been
Where
a
do you
million
want?
times better than Rise of Skywalker.
I think anything would be at this stage.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go next? Get another obvious one out the way.
Yeah. I mean, there's three on there that you can kind of lump together. So I would suggest lumping those three together. So those three are Deadpool, the X-Men, and Legion. I think that is, isn't it?
Yeah, and there's Fantastic Four.
Yeah, Fantastic Four will treat it as something separate for right now, but we will because the reason why I picked those three is they're all X-Men or mutants.
Yes, they are. Legion's an interesting one because I completely forgot that there was a TV series about
And
Legion.
it's fantastic as well. Have you ever seen it?
I haven't, no,
Dude,
never.
give it a try. It is amazing. I'm going to give full spoilers for Legion right now. And I
Go
won't
ahead.
ruin the whole series for you, but I'll tell you who the baddie is in it. So
Okay.
spoiler alert for it. So for those of you who don't know who Legion is a mutant who is the son of Charles Xavier. He has kind of similar to Moon Knight in the sense of he's got DID, he's got dissociative identity disorder, but the difference between this is that every identity that he has inside him has different mutant powers. He is a psionic mutant on the level of Charles Xavier and above. Like, he's as powerful easily as Professor X, but he's also completely erratic and out of control. So the whole Legion is the series, because obviously his mutant name is Legion because there's loads of them inside his head. So
Yeah.
the series itself is based around him trying to struggle with his identity and who he is. And there's like this really dark part of him that he can't kind of control, and he doesn't know what's happening to him, and he keeps thinking there's something wrong with him. And anyway, towards the end of the series, it gets revealed that it's the Shadow King. So you know who the Shadow King is?
I think so. Is that the? No, I'm thinking of the enemy of Sentry.
Yeah, no, that's the Void.
The Void. Yeah.
No, the Shadow King. So he's never been in televisual medium apart from Legion and the X-Men cartoons. In the comic books, he's basically he's almost like a mutant of pure psionic energy.
Right.
So he exists mainly on the mental plane, like the mind plane.
Sure.
He is the one who's responsible for Charles Xavier getting paralyzed in the comic books. He's why Professor X is in a wheelchair. And he's a big bad for the X-Men, like for Professor X. Like when he shows up, it's not good. So he's a great baddie. Like, he's amazing, and he is really creepy in that series. Like really, really creepy. So whilst we're talking about Legion in this, will they ever use Legion again? I don't know. I probably not. I don't think, but
Yeah.
they'll certainly use the mutant property. I mean, they're already using the mutant property, aren't they?
Yeah. Name dropped in Ms. Marvel.
Oh yeah, spoilers by the way for Miss Marvel if you haven't seen it yet. What do you think about this one, Zane? Do you think they're gonna like, because we there's been a load of rumors about Deadpool and about the X-Men, but there's not been any confirmation yet that they are going to bring something to the screen. What are you expecting?
Yeah, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Because every year everyone's been expecting them to come back in a big bad way, but it almost feels like they're saving them for something else further down the line. And I don't know if that's like a tactical thing where they're like, we're slowly running out of ideas. Now let's do the X-Men, or whatever the scenario may be.
Here's a question for you. Do you think if they were to do this again, they'll do an origin?
Ooh.
Because Wolverine is so fundamentally recognizable, and everyone knows the origin of Wolverine.
I guess it depends if they will go full outfit or not, right? Because we've never had like orange and yellow Wolverine or
Here's a wacky out there theory that I'm going to drop on the podcast, and if it turns out to be
yeah.
true, then I'm a visionary and I deserve all the awards in the world. We now know the Kang Dynasty is happening, followed by Secret Wars immediately.
Yeah.
We also know, and it is a fact, you can look it up out there, that Hugh Jackman has said he will never return to the role of Wolverine unless the MCU owns it, unless the MCU owns Marvel. The Fox properties of X-Men, unless they own it. Secret Wars, multi-dimensional, Old Man Logan. Real Old Man Logan. And that is the introduction of the X-Men. I'm calling it now. Because we've already had Patrick Stewart turn up in Doctor Strange, for goodness sake.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. I completely forgot about that. Why would I forget that? I'm in your head, Charles.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we'll see. But and then Deadpool 3 is coming. I think we've had it confirmed. It is happening. It's just when and where, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool. So we can categorically say 100% yes, X-Men and Deadpool, mutants as a whole will be coming.
Yeah.
Next on the agenda is the one that you mentioned that we can definitely agree is coming because they've announced a new movie. It's the Fantastic Four. Now, there was supposed to be, I say supposed to be, there was a lot of rumors about casting for this, wasn't there, at D3, which we covered last week. Go and check out our other episode on D3 last week, guys. But it never got revealed. But we know this movie is coming. We know it's going to be directed by that guy that nobody remembers what his name is.
Did WandaVision.
Yeah, did WandaVision's done a bunch of other stuff. What was his name? F4 director. Watch as it comes up with bloody Josh Trank.
Is it Mark?
What the hell? IMDb, you're sending me to some weird places today. I typed in F4 and it's gone F4 Thailand, Boys Over Flowers. TV series 2021 to 2022. It's not dirty, I promise. Keep talking, Zane. Keep talking. Fill the gaps. Come on.
Fantastic Four. Fox
it did come up with Josh Trank. I put Fantastic Four in and it came up with Josh Trank. Matt Shackman. That's the guy. Matt Shack.
Big
Matt
Shack.
Big Matt Shack. That's what he's going to be known.
Yeah. Going to save the MCU.
Yeah, he's going to save the MCU with the power of Shaq. He's been given the life force of Shaquille O'Neal in his name, Matt Shackman, and as a result of that,
I heard a rumor that they like to refer to him as Big Mac Shaq.
Big Mac Daddy. He's got that Big Mac Daddy energy, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's what he needs to direct a film this big. Right. Whilst we're here with Fantastic Four, so it's an easy tier listing because we know it's happening. It's confirmed. You misled me last week, and you sent me something that I thought was realistic casting, and then turned out to be absolute rubbish. However, we should discuss it very briefly. So the cast listing, as I remember it, was the guy already is Reed Richards. John Krasinski, thank you. John Krasinski was Reed Richards. Jodie Comer was Sue Storm. This is where it got ridiculous. John Boyega was the Human Torch.
Yeah.
Tell me who the Thing was.
Seth Rogen.
Yes, it was Seth Rogen. Why? And then the bit of inspired casting that I hadn't even thought of was old Henry Cavill as Victor Von Doom. Now, I'm going to say this right now. I don't believe that the guy whose name I've forgotten already, after we just said it. No, not Big Mac. Reed Richards. What did we just... John Krasinski.
John Krasinski.
My brain today. John Krasinski. I don't believe he's going to be Mr. Fantastic in this film.
Mhm.
I do not. I do not think it's going. Well, I think we've had our fill of Reed Richards in the other universe. We're not going to get
Yeah.
him as it now. I think it's there's that rumor going around, isn't it, that they're going to cast that young guy who was in
Penn
was he in
Bagley.
yes, him. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think it's very likely it's probably going to be him.
Mhm.
There's been rumors abound that Jodie Comer is very, very close to signing on the dotted line to be Sue Storm. I think Lily James was my choice. However, I think Jodie Comer is excellent, like excellent to do it. So I can totally see her being Sue Storm. She's got that like from her stuff in Free Guy, like that
Right.
like natural beauty mixed with like hyper intelligence, which is what you need for Sue Storm. And I think she's going to be good. So I can see her being it. John Boyega as the Human Torch, however, I have nothing against John Boyega. I think he's a great actor, but no, I don't want to see him as the Human Torch. I don't think he's got that charming smugness enough. You know, you need somebody who's really slick and smug at the same time, similar to Robert
On
Downey
on
Jr.
on that subject, the fan casting that I see a lot for Johnny Storm is I literally just had his name in my head. Played as Billy in Stranger Things. Something something
Oh, yeah. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no.
You've decided to choose a day when I can't remember names. Oh God! Yeah, what's his name? The Australian Dacre Montgomery, isn't it? Dacre Montgomery. Dacre
Yes.
Montgomery.
Montgomery.
Yes,
Yeah.
he would be amazing. He
Yeah.
would be amazing. He'd also be really good as Wolverine as well. By the way, I think he's quite a good pick for Wolverine. A
Yeah.
young, rugged, rough Wolverine. Oh, I can picture him now. Anyway, yes, he'd be great, but no to John Boyega, thank you. And then I mean Seth Rogen as the Thing. What the hell? No, just no. I don't have any other suggestions, but just no. And then Henry Cavill as Victor Von Doom is perfect. I think
It's great.
that's excellent casting, and please make it happen, because that would explain a lot as to why he's been very iffy about re-signing as Superman.
If the rumors are true.
If the rumors are true, because Victor Von Doom is not a one-shot villain. He will be brought back
No.
many times and should be used many times. And you need someone with a name to pull that off. So yes, please do it.
Mhm.
So yeah, Fantastic Four is coming. Right, moving on then, Zane, with our tier listings. So currently we've got everything in S, which means it's definitely happening. We can add one more into that as they've already happened it. Yes, go ahead, Zane. Add Predator in there. Now, do you want to talk about this one, Zane?
Yeah, sure. So the Predator franchise we're all familiar with, especially I guess more than ever now that Prey has come out and been successful and such. I guess what's interesting is Prey was film, shot, produced, and everything else under the Fox banner. It's just one of those movies that was in lieu during the purchase, so that it was kind of sat on the back burner until machinations and legal stuff had gone through, a bit like New Mutants was in lieu for a very long time. But now it's come out, it's well received, well bit, as I say, successful and such. I
Yeah,
guessing like surely they must do more with this now.
I would hope so. I think that
Mm,
they've done. I hope this opens the door to other people, other uh, studios to look at some of the franchises that they have and rethink how they do things. You know, I've heard there's been a lot of fan cast and speculation regarding the Terminator franchise, and
oh
the
wow.
idea of making the Terminator more of a threat by placing it somewhere back in time. So instead of it's a time machine; they can go anywhere. So instead of
Hmm.
spawning them in like the modern day, they put them back to kill one of their ancestors in the Wild West or something like that. It's a cool idea though. How do you take out a
Yeah.
Terminator in the Wild West? It's a cool problem to kind of think of.
I don't know why, but I instantly thought of when the independence, like with George Washington and the British, like,
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and
the
then
Civil
there's
War.
Arnie.
Yeah, sorry, not the Civil War. When they kicked England out of America. Yeah,
Yeah.
the independence. Yeah, the Battle of Independence. Yeah, they could easily. Yeah, I mean that's the point though. It's like it's such a or during the American Civil War, you could easily do that as well. There's so many time periods that are like untapped and. Imagine like a pirate themed Terminator movie. Where you've got to try and kill Arnie, but like in the Caribbean. It would be amazing. You shoot him with a cannon. It'd be great. So yeah. Anyway, those are the kind of things where I'm thinking where it's like put them back in time. But yeah, Predator wise, yes. I think the question I need to see Prey. I still haven't seen it yet. It's on my list of things to watch.
Yeah.
I want to watch it. I wanted to go back through the Predator, so I rewatched Predator 1, and then I wanted to watch Predator 2, and then go back to Prey. But I don't know how it ends, obviously, and please don't spoil it for me now or for anyone listening. But I don't know whether you can reuse this time period or whether it's now you've got a kind of a formula for how to do it, I guess. But I mean, Predator's always been that kind of like stalker movie mixed with action. So, I mean, it's a pretty easy formula to go with, and you don't need to necessarily mess it up like the Predator did, because that was awful. Who would have thought Shane Black would have written the worst Predator movie?
Yeah. Isn't
Not
there
even set
another
at
one called
Christmas.
Predators?
Predators with Adrian Brody is actually all right, man. It's not actually
Okay.
as bad as you think. Yeah, it's not as good as the first two by any stretch of the imagination. Well, I say as good as the first. The second one's awful, but the second one's awful for all the right reasons because it's
Yeah.
hilariously bad. It's like, I mean, I think Donald Glover was like allegedly off his tits with cocaine the whole time, so he's just running around like a madman. And then you've got old, horse teeth Gary Busey, like just hamming it up every time he's on screen. It's it's incredible. And then the premise is so stupid where it's just like it's the urban predator in the city of jungle. He's hunting down all the dangerous people, drug lords, and then hanging out in the cemetery and pointing his gun at little kids. Want some candy?
What a time.
Yeah, what a time to be alive. Thank you, Bill Paxton, for doing the triple: Aliens, Predator, and Terminator.
Look at those triples.
But yes, I can definitely see them reusing the Predator franchise again soon, especially after the success of Prey.
I guess this leads on quite nicely to the next one, which is Aliens.
Yeah, this one's hard for me. It's weird because Resurrection killed the franchise. Then Prometheus came back with Ridley Scott. Prometheus sort of resurrected it, only to kill it immediately again with Alien Covenant. Isn't there supposed to be an Alien TV series or something coming?
I saw news that there may be a Blade Runner TV series today.
I saw that. 2049, Amazon might commission it. Yeah, I saw that. Yes, please. Yes, please. Oh, well, actually, okay. Yeah, as long as it turns out more like Denis Villeneuve's Blade Runner 2049 and less like Kurt Russell's Soldier, which is officially set in the same universe. So it's technically the sequel to Blade Runner.
Wow. I never thought
That's
that.
Right. Yeah, I know. I think that's Paul W.S. Anderson as well. There you go. You're welcome, Zane. Enjoy that.
Trying to put the dots together on that one. But yeah, Aliens. I think if I was going to drop it into a category, A.
I would agree. I think it's too much of a cash cow not to use it again. But
Hmm.
I don't know how they're going to use it.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
sucks, man, because they had Alien, like they were doing Alien Isolation, which came out like 10 years ago now. That
It's
is
crazy.
that is technically the third Alien movie in my mind. You know,
Yeah.
because it follows the story of Ellen Ripley's daughter, um,
Oh
and
wow.
and her search for her mum, and it's amazing, and it ended on a cliffhanger, and it never got a sequel, so we never know what happens, and it's such a shame because it's
Mm.
fantastic. Alien Isolation is fantastic, and it's genuinely terrifying as well, by the way. Um, so I don't know whether they might. I think this is one of those things like with Terminator, where it's probably more likely to have a TV follow up now than a movie follow up. I think we'll
I
probably
see.
see a television series more likely than we will a movie. Um, there is so many avenues to explore with the Alien franchise, though. I mean,
Yeah.
and the Predator franchise as well. To be honest, they've got both of them now, so
Yeah.
we could see another Alien versus Predator crossover, but a good one this time.
Yeah. As you was just explaining that, I was thinking, back to some of the video games I played, like Predators and Aliens and such. Isn't there like quite a few where they're based around the Marines and like,
Yes. Well, not, I'd say quite a few. There's two. I mean, there's Predator versus Alien versus Predator is a the unique. Well, the original uniqueness of that game was that you got to play as the alien, the Predator, or a Colonial Marine. So
right?
you could be all three. And being the Colonial Marine was terrifying because you had predators and aliens hunting you. But then they did do Aliens Colonial Marines, which was awful, and then they
Okay.
patched it, and it's now bearable. Apparently, I haven't played it since it's been patched, but it was awful when it came out. And then there's Fireteam Elite, I believe, which is an Alien game which is out at the moment, which I've played, and that's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Oh,
Um,
oh yeah, I think I may have seen that.
it's on Games Pass, free, Zane.
But yeah, I was just trying to think, like, if there was a TV series, like, followed, like, maybe a squad of Marines on a abandoned ship.
Yeah, yeah, that could
Mm.
work. Yeah, I don't. As far as a TV series is concerned, this is the difficult thing about Aliens, right? Because the Aliens franchise, the whole identity, so much was built around Sigourney
Mm.
Weaver as Ripley, and she ain't going to come back as Ripley again. As it's just it's very unlikely.
Yeah.
Um, and so when you take Ripley out of it, how does it function? How does it work? I can't answer that really. I guess Prometheus took a good stab at looking at a different approach, which was the engineers. But also the other problem behind this is that the and this is another reason why I hate origins of things sometimes, like Joker and also like the aliens. But we know how the aliens are made now. It's just made from us. They're not just remorseless killing machines. They don't
Yeah.
have a home world. There's not a home hive or anything like that. No, it's just, Michael Fassbender decided one day to go a bit loopy and make them out of us.
I need to rewatch Prometheus. It's been like, I don't think I've seen it since it came out.
It's Covenant that it gets revealed that he did that. But yeah, it's
Right.
that is the origin of the aliens, is that David, the robot from Prometheus
Mm.
and from Covenant, experimented using the engineers' goo, their goo, and then used human organs from the lady from the first Prometheus and created the egg sac that is the first face hugger, which then breeds the first alien.
Right. I see.
Yep. Thanks,
Storytelling.
Ridley, for giving us a definitive origin that nobody wanted.
Ah,
Anyway, it is what it is. So yes,
it
I
is.
can see them using Alien again, but I don't know when.
Got it. Where do you want to go next?
Let's go to some of the kids' movies. So,
Yeah.
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Okay.
Alvin and the Chipmunks, I know very little about the movie. I know that it came out with Jason Lee in it a long time ago,
Hmm.
and it wasn't universally great. Um, and I don't know how much money it made. Let's have a look. Alvin and the Chipmunks.
I think there was 2 movies as well.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? It made enough to warrant a second.
Because I want to say this is one of those movies that takes popular songs and then covers them, but in the voices of chipmunks, a bit like the Smurf movie did. And
Of course. How could I forget? It was in 2009. Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Squeakquel. That is its official title. The Squeakquel.
I mean, it writes itself.
Would you like to guess its current Rotten Tomatoes score?
13%.
21%. So you were undercutting it. Ridiculous amounts of money this makes, though. It had a budget of $70 million US. It made 443 million.
Wow.
Had Justin Long in it as well, and Zachary Levi, and David Cross. What the hell? It's weird. Okay. All right. So, and then it looks like they did make another one in 2015, I think.
A third. So there's
You've
trilogy.
got the poster for the Squeakquel on our tier list. That's the second one.
Okay.
Yeah. Jeez, honestly, Zane, get it right. Let's have a look. What else? There was another one. Oh my god! I say there was another one. There was another 2. All right. So there was then Alvin and the Chipmunks Shipwrecked. That one goes a little bit down. That one was actually 12% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh.
But this is again, who's watching these films? It's obviously kids. I'm speaking, like metaphorically in my head. But 75 million budget. Guess how much it made?
300,000.
300,000. Come on,
300 mil.
342.7 million
Okay.
on a budget of 70. That's very good.
Yeah.
And then the final one, where they clearly gave up on the titles of these things. Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Road Chip.
Road? Okay. Road.
As in road trip, but road chip.
Yeah.
That one was rated slightly better. And it was 15% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
However, the box office, you could see the steady decline. This one cost 90 million. And its box office was 234 million. So it did drop off quite substantially. That was 2015. That is the last time that we have seen an Alvin and Chipmunks movie. And frankly, the world has been a sadder place because of it. I don't know with this one. Yeah, all right, fair point. I don't know with this one. I can see this one being another one where it's like, it'll get another movie, but it'll probably be a Disney Plus release straight away. I don't think it'll get a movie like in the cinema. You know what I mean? Like a straight to video kind of thing.
Here's the crazy thing as well. We've not long had a Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers movie, which was a live action weird CGI thing. Do you think this might be... there's part of me that thinks maybe they recycled some of that Alvin and the Chipmunk like technology.
Possibly.
And like
Alvin and the Chipmunk technology. We here at Fox have developed the most incredible new technology. You won't believe what we can do with animals. We call it Alvin Tech.
You know that where they have like a tennis ball with a face on there. They're like, Jason Lee, act around that.
It's a nut. Ball. It's a nut instead of a tennis ball. Chipmunk Tech. All right, put it in as a B because I'm not sure on that one. I can see them making another one. Yeah, I can see them making
C at least.
All right, if you want to put it as a C.
Too close to Rescue Rangers.
All right,
they can't share.
Oh yeah, because that stopped them before, hasn't it? All right. Yeah, all right, go ahead, put it there.
You think the money's too good? I'll put it in a B.
Yeah. There's another one you can put in an S, which is Ice Age.
Really?
Ice Age is getting another movie. It is coming out this year. It's The Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild. It's quite a interesting cast. It's got John Leguizamo in it.
Oh.
It's got Sean Keenan, and it's got Simon Pegg as Buck.
Yeah, he's voiced Buck in all of the movies, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, they've got him back for 7. This is technically Ice Age 7.
Wow.
Yes, this is a lot of them. It has come out already. I apologize, I didn't realize it has been released. That goes to show you how much I pay attention to the Ice Age movies. What's this? Guess what its Rotten Tomato score is?
Under 20?
You are correct. It is under 20. Go on, Zane. You got this.
18%.
Oh, he was so close. 17%.
Ah.
17% on Rotten Tomatoes at the moment. So yeah, it clearly is that they are trying to get this to be a thing again. The most popular Ice Age movie was The Dawn of the Dinosaurs, which made 196 million. Based on a go on.
I don't think I've seen that one. I think I only saw the first two.
Okay.
No, I did see the third one with Buck. I saw it in 3D. You know when everything was in going through that 3D craze?
Yes, I do remember.
Yeah.
Oh, this was okay. So this is slightly different in that this. You see, this is why I think Alvin's going to get a sequel. It was released on Disney Plus.
Oh wow.
That's why I can't find any box office like takings of it, because it was brought out on Disney Plus apparently on March 25th, which yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, so there you go. What is the one? I can't see what that icon is. There's one that's next to it's the third one along, which I don't want to say any of the other ones yet.
This one here?
Yes.
So this is Rio.
D.
Perfect.
Because I've never heard of it. I can't even remember Rio.
It's
Is it a DreamWorks picture or something?
It's the same studio that does Ice Age.
Yes,
They're
okay,
called
it's DreamWorks.
Blue Sky. But it's about a bird who travels. I haven't seen it.
Oh, I do remember that vaguely. Yes. Yeah, D. That's not getting a sequel. Come on. For those of you who love Rio, write in and tell us why it should get a sequel.
I think Will.i.am did the music for it or something.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. What a collaboration. That's what we want to see. So I want to see more rappers or artists who have a message making music for kids movies, so they can really get in touch with the kids, get down with the kids. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
That's really what I want to see, Zane. I can't wait. I can't wait for the Queen Latifah led Alvin and the Chipmunks.
I think Queen Latifah was in Ice Age. You joke, but
sorry, I should go with a different rapper, shouldn't I? Let's go with the hip hop gangster Coolio writing for Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Nice.
Yeah,
got him.
Yeah, Coolio's the only one I could think of. He's the only rapper I could think of.
With that one song, Gangster's Paradise, which was in a movie already.
Well, it turns out he's been spending most of his time there, so he's obviously tuned up for Alvin. All right, moving on. Night at the Museum.
Yeah.
D.
Really?
Yes, and I'll tell you why. Robin Williams is gone, so he will never be in it again, clearly. And Ben Stiller, he's done 3 of these. I don't think he wants to do any more.
Here's the crazy thing. I wouldn't be surprised if they did bring this back, but
Nicolas
maybe Christopher Walken's.
Oh my god. No, the two of them together. Nick Cage is the Night Warden and Christopher Walken is the statue that moves.
Who could he? What historical figure could he be?
Abraham Lincoln.
So I was thinking Abe. Like,
it writes itself.
It does, yeah. With the hat and everything
on it. Yeah. Slavery is a bad thing.
I once met Jimmy Carter.
No, he didn't. I suppose it's waxwork, so technically could have.
Yeah.
I feel like going to the theater. No, don't do it, Abe. No.
Have you tried peanut butter?
Yeah, I can't see them redoing it. Can you really see them bringing this back? You can put it as a C if you want, if you think the franchise has got legs, but I just think I think it's done and dusted.
Just the idea of like a live action Disney movie that could probably drop just before Christmas, kind of feel that National Treasure space, or trying to think of other sort of live action Disney franchises that
The Jerry Bruckheimer franchises, you mean, basically, is what you're trying.
it's kind of, yeah, those, yeah.
All I will say to you about that is, in the short term, at least, National Treasure is getting made into a TV movie, and they're going to do National Treasure 3 from the sounds of things, plus live action Disney, while they're converting all of their cartoons into live action. We've got Aladdin 2 coming soon, as well as the big stir from The Little Mermaid. So, I mean, which
my
is
God,
ridiculous, by
Brainwave.
the way.
Sorry, I just thought National Treasure goes into Night in the Museum. Nicolas Cage has to find a secret something in a museum.
Stolen dinosaur skull.
They all come alive.
It's the thing I've been looking for my entire life.
They took it for me.
This museum took it from my personal collection. Gotta get it back. With the help of the Declaration of Independence.
And Christopher Walken.
Why? I like your Nick Cage impression. I want to hear more of that. That's good, Zane. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Put it in a C then, because it might get rebirthed into something else. Maybe they'll do a new TV series or something. Yeah, possibly. Let's finish off the last kids movie. Home Alone. Didn't they make a Home Alone again recently? I thought they made one recently with with Aisling B and some other people. And that what's that comedian, that Canadian comedian.
I want to say there was a third one that went like
There was
DVD.
4. No, there was 4 of them.
Was there?
Before this? Yeah. Yeah. So basically, what's his name? Macaulay Culkin left in after 2. And then it was someone else. There was another one, Home Sweet Home Alone, released in 2021.
What?
Archie, yeah, 2021. It was released last year on Disney Plus. Archie Yates was the annoying kid. Ellie Kemper, who was in The Office, was in this. Rob Delaney was the guy I was thinking of. He's the Canadian comedian. Yeah, it's awful. Rotten Tomato score, go ahead, give it a guess.
I mean, when you say awful, are we talking above 10%?
Yes, we're talking, it's in double digits at least.
Okay, it's in double digits. I'm going to say 14%.
Not far off, 16%.
Oh, wow.
Yep, awful. Absolutely awful. Yeah, so this is it's got legs. It's going to be, I think, put it as a B, because they've obviously put some money into the franchise again to kind of bring it off its deathbed. And I'll read it. This is the premise: the Home Sweet Home Alone. Max, a young boy, is home alone after his parents go on a vacation without him. However, due to a misunderstanding, a couple tries to break into Max's home, prompting him to protect it.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds like they left the kid on his own at home on purpose, because it sounds like he's a little brat. I love Home Alone 2, just for the record. Home Alone 2 is one of the best movies ever made. I adore Home Alone 2. It is fantastic from start to finish. Lost in New York was a brilliant premise, and it was a brilliant creation, and I love it. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies ever. I can watch it any Christmas, and I don't have no problem. I will still wet myself with laughter when I see Marv being electrocuted and turning into a skeleton.
See, it's always the nail in the stairwell when he, I think he steps on it, and then there's the tarantula that lands on his face, and then he just screams.
Oh,
I think it's from the
first one.
Yeah.
don't know that I think you've mixed up the movies. I think the
Yeah.
nail's in the second one, but the tarantula's
Oh
in the
yeah.
first.
Yes, because it's the iron. It's the iron on the
The iron
face,
on
I
the
think.
face. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
has to take his socks off because he's put like sticky stuff all over the floor in 2, and then he walks up the stairs with barefooted, and Kevin's put a nail straight up. It just goes straight into his foot, and it's horrible.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where everyone can relate to this. It's one of those things where you see it, it makes your butthole wince. For those of you who are not seeing it
Wow.
on YouTube, Zane is putting his head in his hands. It's true though, isn't it? It's just where you go, ooh, you know.
I guess.
I guess. There you go. Anyway, yes, there will be more Home Alones. I think, but I'm not sure when and in what format. Maybe there'll be a Home Alone TV series. Every week, it's a different kid left
Ooh.
alone.
Leading up to Christmas.
Yeah, the ultimate neglectful parents. And then all the kids get together and have like a knockdown, drag out, Saw-esque trap fight. That's what I want to see. That's what they need to do, by the way. That's what they should do. The ultimate fan thing, which is the Predator versus Kevin McAllister.
Nice. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah. Yeah. Just
I
trying
still-
to imagine like the Predator stepping on a nail now and like just all 4 of his like tongue.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Then tries to blow up the whole house with like his little doofer.
Yeah, exactly.
laughing.
Yeah. And then Kevin just pours Pepsi on it. It shorts it out.
The power of the voice recorder.
Yeah, I still love that fan theory that Kevin McAllister grows up to be Jigsaw. How
That's good.
great a fan
I like
theory is
that.
that, though? That is brilliant, right?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Angered and rejected from a young age because his parents kept forgetting him, and then realizes there's no true meaning to life, so becomes John Kramer. Such a good
Tortures
idea.
criminals. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was amazing.
But is he actually the murderer, Zane, or do they kill themselves? He's a murderer. He's a murderer. You shouldn't put them in that situation. He's a murderer, just to be clear. But still, you know. You pick the next one.
Independence Day.
A
A film. A film where Jeff Brig. No, wait. Not
No.
Jeff
Will
Goldblum.
Smith and Jeff
And-
Goldblum
Yeah, and Will Smith. Save the
Brent
world.
and Brent Spiner from Data from Star Trek.
Yeah, was he? Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm trying to think what role he plays.
he's that weird, crazy professor guy.
Yes, he is.
He is. So Independence Day, the box office, it has legs. So for those of you who are not familiar with Independence Day, I don't know why you wouldn't be, but hey ho. It's a disaster movie made by oh god, what's that guy's name? The king of disaster movies, Roland Emmerich. And it's about an alien invasion. Aliens come to Earth and they proceed to ravage it. They destroy all of our landmarks, which we all care about. And everyone's really unhappy. So Will Smith goes up in a big spaceship and saves the day.
And slaps him.
Gives him a good slap with
Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum. Whilst
Jeff
he's smoking a
watches.
cigar. Yeah, Jeff watches. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It was the loudest slap heard around the world until 2022. Bill Pullman's in this as well. We should point out Bill Pullman's in Independence Day, the first one. So anyway, the first
Does
one,
he
he's the
play the
president.
president?
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Best movie speech ever. We have to go on. So the first one made $817 million.
Wow.
Bearing in mind it was released in 1996, that is a huge amount of money for the time. Absolutely massive. The budget was 75 million. So it more than made back its money. It crushed it as far as the box office was concerned.
Hmm.
It was released in 96, and then we had a long time, 20 years before the next one would be released, Independence Day Resurgence. Now, Resurgence, well, it didn't have quite the same level of impact as the first one, and I don't mean to do a pun there. The budget was $165 million, so double the budget,
Yeah.
but it only made $389 million at the box office,
Ooh.
which was considered disappointing and almost a flop, basically.
Yeah.
Not great at all, despite having A-Train in it. A-Train from The Boys,
The
was in
Boys.
it. Yeah, Jesse T. Usher was in it. They went with the wrong Hemsworth brother. They went with Liam. They should have gone with Chris. It's foolish. But anyway, yeah, I don't know with this one, man. I think it's a C,
Yeah.
because I think the franchise has legs to be able to do stuff with, but you're gonna have to step out a little bit and do some other stuff with it instead of it just being kind of like the same old, same old.
And bring, I think, some big names to it as well.
Yeah, bring back Will Smith. They had some really good ideas with it, because they, you know, the idea that in the sequel humanity adapted the alien technology. So that was
Right.
one of the big things about the second one, was that they, from what I can remember, because I've only seen it once, but they'd adapted their tech. And then the idea, this was supposed to turn into a franchise. This was supposed to be a franchise that went for legs, because the idea of the third one was, at the end of the second one, they're like, enough of these aliens coming to us. We're taking the fight to them. And they were gonna,
Nice.
and then we were gonna use you know, our human ingenuity, because we're so great as a species, to go and kill a bunch of random aliens. But it never happened, obviously, because of the disappointing box office. So yeah, I can see it. I can see it getting picked up as something. It'd be quite cool if they merge it in with Alien.
Just trying to have a think about that, how that would work. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe we go to the planet. It's an Independence Day movie. They go to the planet to find the aliens, only to find that the aliens have already had the xenomorphs take over their planet and murder everyone, and then it becomes like
Nice.
a xenomorph war of the xenomorph.
Was Jeff in the sequel?
Yes, he was. Sorry, yes.
Okay, cool. So then Jeff could be on the computers and he's like, I don't know what these are. And then
Yeah.
they like face hug him.
And then he has to turn around and play the piano and do a jazz medley. Because that's Jeff Goldblum.
Or what if they instead of the face, they get him on the ear, and he's like, "Oh no," because Jeff likes to act, so you know.
Yeah. They seem to have been attaching onto my ear.
Oh,
But
my brain!
They seem
It's
to
in
be
my head,
responding.
Charles.
They're responding to my amazing keyboard skills. Here we go. No more ear hug for me. Just a little sample. I can't do a Jeff Goldblum impression. I could do all his mannerisms and everything like that. I just can't do an impression of him. It's, you know, it's like,
I felt it
yes.
though.
Well, yes, of course. The real trick is to have the aliens enjoy the jazz. That way they will respect our culture and no longer want to kill us. Yes.
Incredible.
Goldblum, legend. Right. Moving on. Let's go with Die Hard. I think this is a D.
Me too.
I don't think there is any way that you can make a Die Hard movie without Bruce Willis, and Bruce Willis will never act again because of his illness. And frankly, A Good Day to Die Hard, I think, was the franchise on its last legs.
Yeah.
Is that your take on it as well, Zane? What do you think?
Yeah, I know I can't even remember the last one. The name of the last one.
A Good Day to Die Hard. I literally just said it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't even realize because I know there's like 4.0 and there's like
so the official Die Hard is one of the Die Hard franchise is one of my favorite franchises of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I adore the Die Hard movies. So there was Die Hard 1, then there was Die Hard 2, Die Harder, then there was Die Hard with a Vengeance, then there was in
4.0.
England it was called Die Hard 4.0. In America it was called the far superior title Live Free or Die Hard,
Wow.
which was awesome, and I love that title. And
Why?
then Die Hard 5 was A Good Day to Die Hard.
Right. Got it.
Let's have a look at some of the stats of A Good Day to Die Hard. So it's got a horrible Rotten Tomatoes rating, 15%, diabolical.
Wow.
Its budget was $92 million, which is flipping huge.
Ooh.
Bearing in mind it's a Die Hard movie.
Yeah.
Its box office, 304 million. Now, for
Yeah.
contrast of that, let's have a quick look at Live Free or Die Hard. You know what? Actually, not far off. Wow. In fact, how the hell did 5 get made? What the hell? Okay, so Live Free or Die Hard, 82% on Rotten Tomatoes, mind you. Everyone loved it, right?
Yeah.
110 million budget.
Ooh.
So massive budget. And it only made 388 million. So it didn't even make that much more than A Good Day to Die Hard. That genuinely has shocked me. What was Die Hard 1? I wonder what the first Die Hard's like takings were. I want the box office. What give me your thoughts, Zane, on the Die Hard franchise though. Could you think it would be brought back without him?
The last movie kind of set up his son, because it was kind of like a partnership, wasn't it? Like
Yeah, it
both
was
of them.
Jai Courtney, yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised that they took another stab at it with either Jai or with someone else, in that role, and still called it Die Hard. But I guess it's just kind of like, do they have a good enough story to do it? Do they have a good enough lead to do it with?
Yeah.
I
don't think Jai Courtney could. The only way I could see this coming back is if you do a spin-off. And it's like McClane's last year as a cop, he had a young partner, and now the young partner is, so it's like it's Die Soft. It's like it's some kind of die hard adjacent, thing where it's like they say it's in that universe, but it's not Die Hard kind of thing.
Who would you cast?
Oh my god, that's impossibly hard. Dacre Montgomery or Dacre Montgomery. He'd be amazing.
I'm thinking maybe a bit too old for the role, but Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, he's too old for it.
Yeah,
but I mean, they kind of did, but they've already done it with him with Jason Bourne, didn't they? Because he was in like literally, I think it was called Jason Bourne, the movie, wasn't it? Or no, the Bourne Legacy, the Bourne Legacy. That was what it was in, yeah. To give you some context for the first Die Hard and how much cinema has changed in terms of kind of money and what it makes and stuff. So, this is bonkers, mate. So the original Die Hard was made for somewhere between $25 and $30 million, right? That was its how much it made. That's how much it cost, to make. How much it made, and bearing in mind, like, this is in 1985. No, 1988. It's 1988, right? It made grand total of everything $240 million US.
Wow.
Now you hear that number today, and it sounds terrible, right?
Yeah.
When it was released, before that, this is in US alone, Die Hard grossed approximately $140 million, becoming the year's 10th highest grossing film and the highest grossing action film ever at the time.
Bloody hell.
Just think about that amount of money compared to now, and it's just like, what has happened to our world? Good God. Inflation's gone mad.
Everything's more expensive.
No, wait, I'm telling a lie. I'm completely wrong. I'm so sorry, guys. I've got my facts wrong. That's Die Hard 2. That's Die Hard 2. It's even less for Die Hard 1. Budget of 25 million, 139 to 141.5 million. That's how much it made. But that's a massive hit.
Yeah.
Wow, that is wild. There you go. Sorry about those mixed up facts, guys. I was quoting the box office of Die Hard 2, which made even more than the first one, surprisingly. There you go. There you go.
Round up the last one.
I still find it weird about Die Hard as well that the cinematography was done by Jan de Bont, and Jan de Bont is the guy who went on to direct Speed.
Yes.
So weird.
It's a small world.
What a guy. Anyway, yes. The last one. Planet of the Apes. You damn dirty apes, you. I would put this in a B category.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to do... actually, no, maybe an A. Maybe an A.
Ooh.
Those films were... like, the new ones have been super popular, my friend. Like, super, super popular. And it's kind of one of those situations where there are a lot of places to go with it once the planet becomes overtaken by apes. Yeah. So there's plenty of narrative stories to tell with it. I don't know what you think on that.
Here's a crazy thing. I think a couple of years ago, if Disney were to have made a Planet of the Apes movie, it would have been the Tim Burton version.
Oh dear God, why?
Yeah.
You just want to see Abraham Lincoln on screen, don't you? You want to see an ape version of Abraham Lincoln, like he shows up at the end of the Wahlberg film.
Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter, stuck in my head.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it's too soon after the trilogy.
Possibly. I don't know. I think that it's got legs. 100% it's got legs. Like it's definitely going to get turned into something. It's just we don't know what right now. But based on the success of the last couple, I mean, Andy Serkis did incredible work as Caesar.
Yeah.
Or Caesar, or however you want to say his name. It was really good. Like the thing about Planet of the Apes, right? The first one is the very first one with Charlton Heston in it is probably the greatest example of an early twist in cinema. You know, nobody saw that ending coming where they were like, "Oh my God, it's actually Earth." It's like, "Oh my God, I was wrong. It was Earth all along. You really made a monkey out of me."
Never gets old.
I love this. Like early Simpsons is so good, man. I love you, Dr. Zayas.
Dr. Zayas song. I was just gonna say,
Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas. That's the kind of song I can see Jeff Goldblum singing. By the way, in that Aliens movie.
Yeah, saving humanity.
Can I play the piano anymore? Well, of course you can. Well, I couldn't before. Yes, it's great. Sorry, went off on a Simpsons medley. That was the first example of like a massive twist in cinema, was that finding out that the Statue of Liberty was there and it was Earth. And then it did kind of like just get boring, repetitive repeats. And then obviously, like you said, the Tim Burton film kind of put the thing in the ground. But then Andy Serkis, like really, like the James Franco led, can't talk about James Franco much anymore, but the James Franco led movie with him and Andy Serkis as Caesar was brilliant. Like it was really good. And it's one of those rare times where I'm like, yeah, that's good. Give us an origin to understand why Earth is now dominated by apes. And it's this
Matt
weird...
Reeves write and direct all three.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. And it was really, it's a great, it's this nice viral concept of like, that's how Earth, humanity is gone, and why hyperintelligence apes exist. So yeah, I really liked it. I don't know where they would be able to go with it. I think you'd have to probably not do a reboot, but you'd have to go kind of bombastic with it and either go crazy like apes in space, or do something else. like a One Division-esque sitcom set in that world. That would be amazing. But yeah, I don't know. They definitely will probably do something with it, I would guess.
So he directed the second and third movie.
Okay. Who directed the first one?
Um,
Does it say?
let me have a look. What was the name of the first one? Just Planet of the Apes.
Rise of the Planet of the Apes, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, that's a good shout. Rise of the.
So much random knowledge inside my head that's absolutely useless. Honestly.
Rupert Wyatt.
Rupert Wyatt. I don't know him. Interesting. Interesting.
He is known for The Escapist, Captive State, and The Mosquito Coast.
All the big hits. Good. So anyway, yes, I believe they will make more Planet of the Apes movies or TV series. Cool. Well, that's our tier listings. So
There we go.
I mean, basically everything mutant related is definitely getting more. Star Wars is obviously getting more. Predator's going to get more after Prey. Ice Age, we believe Ice Age is going to keep going. We're pretty sure Aliens is going to keep going. We're pretty sure Planet of the Apes is going to keep going. We find it based on the box office success. Alvin and the Chipmunks is probably likely to get picked up again. Home Alone, they've made another one, so they'll probably make another one afterwards to have one more stab at it. Night at the Museum, Night at the Museum and Independence Day, we can't see any way how they could, but there's a possibility they might. And Rio and Die Hard are dead as the proverbial dodo.
There we go.
There we go, guys. That is your tier listing of the acquired Fox movies by Disney. Obviously, we haven't included in there things like The Simpsons and the TV shows. Well, we included Legion, but he counts as mutant. Yeah, what do you guys think? Are there any franchises that you think are hot for the taking that Fox had that now Disney have back? Is there anything that you would like to see them pick up again and run with? Are there any ideas for Predator movies or for Alien movies that you want to see on screen? Let us know. Zane, how can they get in touch with us?
You can email us, nerdsundisputed@gmail.com. Funny enough, we've got a message come through. Do you want to hear said letter that we've received or mail?
We've actually received an email.
Mm.
We actually have listeners. This is unbelievable. What's going on? Yes, read it out for me, Zane.
By the way, we have seen comments on YouTube as well. Someone, put a broccoli emoji.
Random load of stuff on YouTube. You weirdos. Keep doing it. We love it.
Helps the algorithm.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had some mail. So the email reads:
We need a mailbag theme now, don't we? Like weekly mailbag reads. Go ahead, Zane.
Hi guys, great coverage of the D23 Expo. Why, thank you. Based on your reactions of the Thunderbolts reveal, I was wondering who would you guys want to see in the Thunderbolts lineup?
Oh
From
my god.
James H.
Oh my god. Thank you, James H, for writing into us. We appreciate your question very much. Oh man, Thunderbolts. Who do I want to see in Thunderbolts? So do you have you've seen this question before me, so do you want to give me some time to think about this? You want to go for it first? Wait, are we saying Thunderbolts as in currently in the MCU, or are we saying Thunderbolts as in any Marvel characters?
So I thought about characters we've already seen in the MCU.
Okay. I'll try and think about something.
So my thought was Justin Hammer.
Okay.
Abomination. Then I thought of, here's a great one. I thought of, is it Chiliosis who Matt Mikkelsen played as in the first Doctor Strange?
Caecilius. No, because no, because he's a servant of Dormammu. No,
he fell out of the dark dimension or whatever
The,
it was.
the other two I'm with. Like the other two I'm good on. Like, I agree with
Yeah.
you on those. Well, yeah.
This is
Yeah, I know. It's wild out there. I got you. I understand. Yeah, let's put Wong in it. Great. Let's put Wong in the Thunderbolts. Go on.
I'm trying to think of who else I had. I need a female.
Is that a proclamation of Thunderbolts or just in general? I need a female, damn it.
Oh, who did I think of earlier? Have you got any yet?
Yes.
Go for it.
Okay, so if we go through the current lineup, I
Mhm.
would have put a Winter Soldier in there. I would
Yeah.
have done that. I also I really the thing that did hit me was Red Guardian is great. Like that's a great casting. US Agent I also would have put in there. So those three I would have kept. Like that's fine.
Wow.
I wouldn't probably have had Yelena Belova. I definitely wouldn't have had
No.
Taskmaster.
No.
And who's the other one that's in there? Who's the other? Ghost. Ghost is all right. I'd keep Ghost in there.
Same.
I'd take out Yelena Belova and I'd put in Yellow Jacket,
Ooh.
Aaron Cross from Ant-Man.
Yeah.
And then there was there was one other that I had that I thought was really good and I've just forgotten it. Oh no. Oh, I know. I'll tell you who I would. I'd take out. They'd have to rewrite time, so it's not going to happen. But I would take out Red Guardian. I'd take out Red Guardian and I'd replace him with Ulysses Claw.
Wow.
Cuttlefish. Womp, 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 with the disco lights. Give me a second. You go back to yours. I had one more and I've forgotten who it was. I need to think about it.
Yeah, I think I'd keep Ghost as well.
I've got it.
I'm just going to add this one more. I think I would have Jacques from Hawkeye.
Jacques
Sword.
from Hawk. Oh,
Yeah,
the swordsman.
The swordsman. It's either him or Bullseye, but Bullseye hasn't really happened yet in the MCU. So
I'll take your swordsman and I'll raise you with the ultimate one that should have been in the Thunderbolts, Baltrock the Leaper.
Well played.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I don't think we can end on any greater note than that, can we, Zane?
No.
I'm curious though, James. Thank you for writing in with that question. It's an excellent question. Appreciate it a lot. Please, guys, write into us. We will read them out on the show and go through them. Let us know who you think should have been in the Thunderbolts, be it existing MCU or be it crazy comic book characters that you'd like to see. Zane, where can they get hold of us?
As mentioned, you can email us like James did, nerdsundisputed@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter at undisputed_nerds. And you can join our Facebook page, Undisputed Nerds, where you'll find all the latest updates and posts there as well. You can also find me, Mr. Tai Cho himself, on Undisputed Anime. We've got some crazy stuff going on. And yeah.
Can I please request that you change your name to Mr. Taicho himself? That would be amazing. I really want your @handle to be that now. At Mr. Taicho himself.
Sounds like an identity crisis.
It's great. I love it. You can get me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Gentleman the Gamer. I stream every Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I've been slacking a bit recently, but that will be picking up again this week. You can also get me on the gram. I'm on Instagram at Gentleman the Gamer. Feel free to drop me a DM. Slide into my DMs, as the kids say these days, and drop me a message. Zane, I think it's She-Hulk next week, isn't it?
Is it the final already?
It is the final. I think it's 6 episodes, isn't it? It's episode 6 next week.
Ooh, I think it's Andor next week as well.
Yeah, some people have said that Titania hasn't been used enough, but hey, let's just see what happens, shall we? Anyway,
did you see this week's episode?
Let's not talk about it right now. Let's save it for next week.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for listening and for writing in and staying in touch. We appreciate this community and we want to hear more from you. So please get in touch and give us all that good stuff. Zane, it's been a pleasure.
Likewise.
thanks very much, guys. We will see you next week. Bye bye.
See you next week. Bye bye.